Hey Met Church, I'm Aden Bubeck. I play bass guitar with Miranda Lambert, and I'm here to share my story. My background, I'm from Joshua, Texas, just a little south of here, down 35. I grew up there, total farm boy out in the country. I started playing bass a little bit too to impress a girl, and did that, and it was a natural progression, and started playing that little bit in high school. Pursued it kind of full-time in college. My parents would also take me to tons of concerts. They started taking me to concerts when I was 3 years old. So they would take me out to see Crosby, Stills and Nash and Arlo Guthrie and Van Morrison and so many great things when I was real little. And I think that kind of got the bug in me of wanting to be a touring musician and play an instrument. I had a mohawk, real big, large one, for about five years. I had it right when I got it right when I joined the band. It was my daughter's idea when she was 4. She looked up at me and said, "Daddy, you need a mohawk." And I thought, I have a job that I can do that. So I grew one out, and I'm not a punk rocker. I'm a country boy and a jazzer, and not that at all, but it ended up being a great marketing tool. Everybody knew me, knows me, recognizes me from my hair, and also the higher the hair, closer to God. I played with a guy named Max Stalling for about 4 years, a really great traditional Texas singer-songwriter. And a tour manager who was working with Miranda now, and before I came on board, he had worked with us with Max before. When the bass and there was a bass and a guitar position that came available, and he called me and asked me if I wanted to come play bass. And at first I knew who Miranda was, but I didn't know things had been going so well for her. And went home that night, kind of forgot about it, and was like, oh, I need to, Google it, look it up. And she had just got done doing Jay Leno and Austin City Limits, and I thought, I need to do this gig. This sounds really good. 5 years later, here it is. One of the big blessings for me is that the organization that I'm in, Miranda's organization, is so great. Everyone is, really great, kind people, Christians. Very, very good, responsible organization. It's basically a family, and that's not common in the world of music. I mean, you hear about Willie Nelson and his family band. He's had them from the beginning, and that's a rarity. So the organization around Miranda Lambert's camp is so great. I had been playing in church pretty early on because I could read music real well from trombone, and so I immediately started playing at the Christmas pageants and the musicals they would have every year, and I played so much church stuff, and it made me realize I have a gift as a musician. I can actually do this and apply it. It's really great way to give back for me. I played at a church in Fort Worth, the First United Methodist, for a long time, and started the praise band there when it got going. And so it's not your typical praise band situation. It's more of a, like we call it, the hippie church service. Really great music and stuff, and I got to do that for quite a few years. And it was so satisfying to give that back to the church when, everything the church gives to my family. I just, really stayed dedicated to what I wanted to do. I felt very strongly at an early age, this is what I want to do, and I didn't even have a doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to do that. I didn't realize it was going to take over 20 years to get to the point I am now, but it was amazing. I wouldn't change a thing for that, but I would say just find something you feel strongly in, and do it with conviction, and don't stop. You can make all your dreams come true. I have to pinch myself a lot with what's going on, and it's just because I really stuck at it and didn't give up.